Hello, everyone. I'm Chinmay Jun from number 3 Vocational Technical School of Nanning. Welcome to this mini lecture. In the previous lesson, we have learned about the concept, development history, and main functions of the Internet. Now, we will study what the domain name system and uniform resource locator are. This mini lecture consists of 4 parts: the overview of domain name system, the structure of domain name server, and uniform resource locator. The teaching objectives of this mini lecture are: 1. To understand the basic concepts and functions of domain names, the domain name system, and uniform resource locators. 2. To master the composition and classification of domain names and uniform resource locators. 3. To understand the process of domain name resolution. Firstly, let's start with the first part, the overview of the domain name system. The domain name system of the Internet is a crucial system used to identify and locate network resources. It is a hierarchical naming system that uses domain names, which are easy to remember and understand, to identify various resources on the Internet, such as websites, servers, and email addresses. The domain name system resolves and manages domain names, translating them into Internet Protocol addresses that computers can understand, thereby enabling access to network resources. Next, let's move on to the second part, the structure of domain name. In transmission control protocol or Internet Protocol networks, every device must be assigned a unique Internet Protocol address. Similar to Internet Protocol addresses, domain names are unique identifiers on the Internet. So, what are domain names composed of? In reality, domain name structure consists of multiple parts separated by dots. A complete domain name typically includes top-level domain, second-level domain, third-level domain, and so forth. Top-level domain, located at the far right of a domain name, it is the highest level in the domain structure. Top-level domains are divided into generic top-level domains and country code top-level domains. Generic top-level domains include common ones such as .com, .net, and .org. Country code top-level domains represent different countries or regions, such as .cn, China, and .us, United States. Second-level domain, positioned to the left of the top-level domain, it further subdivides and identifies network resources. The choice of second-level domains is usually decided by the domain registrant and may indicate the type of website or organization name. Third-level domain and beyond, additional levels to the left of the second-level domain can be added for further subdivision and precise targeting of network resources. However, increasing the number of domain levels can lead to longer and more complex domain names, potentially affecting user memorization and usage. Next, let's proceed to the third part, domain name resolution. Since domain names are designed for human use and not recognized by computers, they need to be associated with Internet Protocol addresses. This task is accomplished by the domain name system domain name resolution system. Domain name resolution is the process of converting domain names into Internet Protocol addresses, a critical step in accessing network resources. Domain name system resolution is handled by domain name system servers. When a user enters a domain name, the domain name system server queries the domain name database and returns the corresponding Internet Protocol address. Then, the user's computer can use this Internet Protocol address to access the corresponding network resource. Domain name servers can be categorized into 3 types: local domain name server, root name server, and authoritative name server. When performing domain name resolution, the domain name system resolver will sequentially query from left to right, local domain name server, root name server, and other authoritative name servers, based on the domain name of the target computer provided by the user. Now, let's look at the fourth part, uniform resource locator. A uniform resource locator is a string used on the Internet to specify the location of information. Through a uniform resource locator, we can directly locate various resources on the Internet, such as web pages, images, videos, and files. A complete uniform resource locator typically includes the following parts: protocol, username and password, hostname or Internet Protocol address, port number, path, query parameters, and fragment identifier. In network communication, each service type has a default port number associated with it. These port numbers not only define the entry point for data communication but also determine the method and security of data transmission. Therefore, understanding these port numbers is crucial when configuring network services and firewall rules. For example, HTTP, or Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the most widely used network protocol on the Internet, defines the way data is exchanged between browsers and servers, allowing us to retrieve hypertext from World Wide Web servers. The default port number for Hypertext Transfer Protocol is 80. When we enter a website address in a browser and press enter, the browser attempts to connect to port 80 of that address. Since the default port number for browsing web services is 80, we often omit the port number in practical use and only need to enter the website address. Through this lesson, we have gained a deep understanding of the basic concepts and functions of the domain name system, domain name structure, domain name servers, and uniform resource locator. We have understood the composition of domain names and the process of domain name resolution. By applying this knowledge, we can better understand and utilize the domain name system and uniform resource locator's crucial roles in the network, thereby enhancing our efficiency and security in using the Internet. Finally, to reinforce what you have learned, I have prepared some exercises for you to complete after class. I hope each of you will diligently complete them and internalize what you have learned. That concludes this mini lecture. Thank you, everyone.